What are you looking for in particular in a new head coach? What do you want to see?
Well, we're trying to find the right guy for our situation. I don't think we want to get penciled into an offensive or defensive-minded coach. We're really focused on trying to get the right guy for the job. Obviously, it's going to be, some qualities we're going to look at are leadership, ability to communicate, vision. Um, so for us, it's we're not really locked into one particular type of coach. We want to find the right guy for our job with an idea of, with obviously a plan of how to develop our young quarterback, Sam Darnold.
Mike, with the landscape being as competitive as it is right now, with so many teams looking for coaches, why do you believe you can find a good one that can lead this franchise quickly?
Well, I think we have a really good opportunity and situation here. I think we're going to be an attractive job out there. We obviously have some good young players on our team. We didn't have the success we wanted this year in terms of wins and losses, but we do think we have some good pieces in place. We're well situated in terms of the salary cap and our roster flexibility, so I think we can adjust to different coaches, different styles of scheme. I think the other thing we have is a lot of really good things about this organization from an ownership standpoint. We have a great facility, so I think it's going to be. I think we have a lot of good selling points, and we have a very good young quarterback in Sam Darnold. We feel very good about going forward. So I think it's going to be an attractive job. We'll just see if we find the right candidate for it and when that is.
How active do you plan to be this off-season, the salary cap you have?
Well, we're very well positioned in terms of the salary cap in terms of space. So I think we are going to be a very active team in free agency. I think like everything else, it's we want to make sure we make smart investments in terms of the right player, both from a value standpoint. But I think we have a lot of ability to really help this roster going forward, and we're excited about that.
Why should fans believe you're the right man to lead this organization?
Well, I think there's obviously some things that I've done well. There's some things that I need to do a better job with. But I do think we have some really good pieces in place. I think we have a good young quarterback in Sam Darnold, which we're excited about going forward. I think there's a lot of, we definitely had a vision for building this roster. We have a young team. Like, this is a young team, which I think also has the ability to improve over time. But again, we've positioned it well with the salary cap space and the draft picks we have with the extra third-round draft pick, although we don't have a second. But I feel good about my ability to do my job, and like I said, there's definitely things we need to do better, but we feel good about it going forward.
How do you assess this past year? Where in your mind did it go wrong? Did you think this team was better than just 4 wins?
This was like a lot of seasons. I mean, the record is what it is. There are definitely some things that we thought we did well. There's definitely some things, like some games we were in, that we weren't able to finish. I think that was probably the most frustrating thing about this season was, it's a fine line with winning and losing in this league. There's some games that we were close in, but we weren't able to finish or pull through. But that's the thing that does give us a little hope, too, going forward, because, again, we're a very young team. It's not as if we're an older team that was, having to deal with a lot of salary cap issues. We're a young team that's kind of growing and building.
Mike, why was it time for a coaching change in your mind?
That's probably a question better served for Christopher Johnson. I mean, obviously, Todd didn't report to me. Both of us were kind of on the same level. But, I think, like a lot of times the season didn't go as planned, and I think sometimes it's, it's part of our process, part of our business. But again, that would probably be a better question left for Christopher Johnson.
Like, can that structure work with you and the head coach on the same level, and not a coach reporting to you?
Yeah, I think it's. I definitely think it can work. A lot of teams do it this way. I had a very good relationship with Todd Bowles, and I think we worked well together. Obviously, we didn't have the success on the field like we wanted, but that had nothing to do with kind of how it was structured, our relationship.
You and Christopher are both embarking really on your first full search. Why wouldn't you use a company such as Korn Ferry, which has great experience in helping in these type of searches, and why are you two guys going it alone?
Well, I think we feel very good about going through this process. I spent a lot of time preparing for this. Potentially, I have to do this as a general manager, but I feel good about the people we have involved in this process. I feel good about the resources we can draw upon, and I feel pretty good about the candidates we have. So, from our standpoint, we feel good to be able to do this ourselves.
Take a couple more.
There's a number of head coach vacancies. Do you have an ideal timeline that you'd like to have this filled?
I definitely, like with all the jobs that are open, I know there's obviously going to be sort of a, I don't want to say sort of a timeline in terms of how quickly they get filled. We're aware of that, but we're more focused on making sure we get the right person for this job, the right person to hire. And then when we find that person, we'll execute and we'll move forward.
Jamal said we need more players. We need more big-time players. How do you respond to that?
Well, Jamal and I had a long conversation today, and I think we're both on the same page. I think Jamal is one of our, very good young leaders on our team, but we're definitely aligned and thinking the same thing. But our focus, like everything, is to try to go out there and acquire as much talent, build a talent base as best we can, and go forward. But again, we're both focused on the same goal.